All right, finally, just watched the YouTube silo course. Great stuff. How would you recommend YouTube structure for local cities? Do you agree with others that say channel name equals keyword plus USA, then playlist equals keyword plus state, and then video titles equals keyword plus counties, and in description to put in the cities? If not, what channel or in silo structure do you recommend? Finally, how many silos per site? Thanks. Happy New Year. All right, that's a loaded. I mean, that's a long question, Kay. There's a few things in there. First of all, I wouldn't go after create a playlist on a state level and then do video titles via county level, because typically that's not, first of all, a state playlist could be a rather large playlist. And other than having just the state in common with all the videos in that playlist, there could be a lot of differences, like topical differences, right? So niche differences, industry differences, right? And so because of that, the only common denominator or theme among all of those in a playlist would be the state, which I think is too broad. Now, typically what I will do is, and I don't usually do this with YouTube channels, but basically when I'm siloing out a website for like, a contractor that covers a large service area or something like that, is I will create the silos based on counties. So the playlist would be a county-based playlist. And then the video titles would be the city, keyword plus city. And the reason I say that is because most people don't search for service plus county, right? Most people, when they search Google, they search service plus city or keyword plus city, right? With local intent, most of the time, it's going to be a city-based search, not a county-based search. So because of that, you should be targeting the city name in the video title, which is the SEO title, right? And that's because that's the most important place for the keyword. So if you want to rank for a city, typically you're going to want to target the city in the title. So I would generally do playlists in one of two ways. I would either create a playlist based on a specific city or a county if I'm going to be covering multiple locations within the county. So, for example, Fairfax County, Virginia, it has, I believe, like 23 cities within that county. So I might have a playlist for Fairfax County, Virginia, and then I would have individual videos in there. But Fairfax, Virginia, Fairfax is also a city in Fairfax County, so it's the city of Fairfax, that might have 50 different businesses in it. So why not have a city of Fairfax playlist, right? Does that make sense? So it's just about containers, building containers, guys. All a playlist is a container, right? And you got to think about whatever you put in that container, it should be relevant to the other items in that container. And so the hierarchy and how you build that is really going to depend on the specific project. I can't tell you specifically without knowing more details about what you're trying to do, Kay. But you got to think about it logically. Like, again, I will do usually a playlist based upon a city and have multiple videos in that because I'm targeting different niches in that city. Again, the common denominator being the city. Or I'll target by county. If it's for the same business or the same industry, I'll target by county, the playlist by county. I'll build the playlist or the silo as a county-based silo. And then all the individual videos will be keyword plus city name within that county. And or I will build a playlist based around a niche, an industry, and then place various videos in that niche-based or industry-based playlist, which is just another silo, right? And by the way, guys, you can have the same video in more than one playlist. So if it makes sense, for example, let's say that you've got 15 plumbing clients across the state of Virginia, okay? And then you also have various clients in all different industries as well. Well, you could have in Fairfax, Virginia, you could have a Fairfax playlist that you have all the various businesses that you service or that you serve in Fairfax in that playlist. But then you could also have a plumbing playlist, right? For a playlist for plumbers, plumbing services, whatever. In that one, you also have the Fairfax plumber as well as plumbers from all over the state of Virginia, right? So you would end up having that plumber from Fairfax video in two different playlists, the Fairfax playlist as well as the plumber playlist, because it makes sense to do so, right? So just remember that, guys. Okay, I can't give you the exact structure without knowing more details. I can tell you typically a playlist on a state level is going to be a bit too broad unless you're doing you're narrowing in on one specific industry, and that's all the videos in your entire channel are going to be about that one industry, in which case then you might want to do playlists by state because you probably have less overall videos in each playlist. I don't know if that makes sense, but hopefully I explain that in a way that you all can understand. Anybody want to comment on that at all? That was a bit complicated.
No, I would just add that if she does proper SEO, she's going to geolocate her video anyway.
Yep.
Right? She's going to add that. So all of the other things that you could add to it would just be like Google is going to know what the geolocation of the video is anyway, if you're doing your proper SEO with the video.
Yep. So just remember that, guys. The easiest way to think about a silo, guys, is just nothing other than a container. And everything that you put in that container should be similarly themed, right? There should be, they should be relevant to the other items within that container in some way, shape, or form, okay? It's up to you to decide as to what the relevancy is and how to create those containers and what to place in those containers.